Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Disco Elysium on the PC. We are in the process of tracking down a woman named Ruby, who we believe to be responsible for shooting the man whose death we have come here to investigate. So, a pretty important plot piece. Um, my character, instinctually believes that she is in this building, and after teleporting slash climbing the ladder, we are now on the roof. We have a gun, but we don't have any bullets, I don't believe, so it's sort of just for intimidation, I think. Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. We are in here without Kim for now. Glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Postcard in here. Interesting. Okay. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. Ooh, suit jacket with +1 suggestion. A muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Sure. Alright, good, we can... Alright, so if we're going around this brown theme, that... Ooh, oh! I have unlocked... I don't like that string. No, that's too much, that's too much. Maybe just the regular necktie. I don't have any gloves. Do we have any good gloves whatsoever? Come on. Screwing me on the gloves. It's not terrible, I guess. That's a overall pretty sharp look we finally unlocked here. Fashion Elysium at work. I like it. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Revolutionary's hat. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There's a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait. Brush the dust off the portrait. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample mustache and sideburn, looks a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder. Same slit window you saw from the outside. Could this have been the killer's hideout, and this narrow window the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary? This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of. Peek out. In the darkness, you can barely make out the falling snow. It settles, making the night still quieter. Would this have been a good hideout for a sniper? It's a good place to hide, but doesn't look like anyone, Mazovian or murderer, has stayed here in a while. Is it feasible to hit a target in the whirling in rags from this window? No, it's not. No matter how you crane your neck, you can't see the whole of the whirling in rags, and certainly not the relevant segment to the top floor. Okay. I wouldn't have expected. There he is. 2 rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while. Who's there? What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get this door open. The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the 2 metal panels slide open with a creak. I hope no one dangerous heard that. How did you even get there? After you climbed up the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before. He's quite proud of himself. Could have saved me the effort. He shrugs. At least now we have an exit. So let's get going. It's time to investigate these passages. I don't know why the screen faded black. Tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. I mean, if this were a horror game, this would be... It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. You feel something, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell. Lieutenant, do you feel something? No, what do you mean? A pain, a strange tingling. I don't feel it, but... He looks ahead, beyond the arch. We should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. Hold on, you really don't feel anything? No, but you're the sensitive one. It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous. But you know what we should have in our fucking hands. That's right, baby. Cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm. The polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm. I think my hand recognizes it. It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This gun, Sunrise Parabellum, will be the only thing standing between you and the all-consuming nothingness that threatens to eat the world. Sheathe it and wait, Harold. It won't be long now. How very ominous. Feels strange. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Layers and layers of polyvinyl and artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sledges. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground in a sunken pipe, and you found it. It's as if the city gifted it to you to keep you safe. I mean, I could wear it, but I don't really have anything that goes with it. Oh, I have that hat. Didn't I get that hat? Okay, now, alright. That's sort of a Russian look going on. Pants, though. I got nothing on the pants. And something like that. I mean, it sort of works. I'm not in love with it like I was with the last uniform, but looks like it's getting cold. So maybe I should keep it. Oh, we have a scarf, too. Oh, it doesn't even show up. Oh, well. I know it's there. Alright, we'll roll with that. This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory. This is an Ushanka, right? Krasmazov would have worn this Ushanka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade! Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I guess I have to read through this sound. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. Don't cover them. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience, way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. You're under arrest!
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand. Uh-oh. Yeah. You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAN frequency. Blasted from that pale emitter Fat Angus mentioned. I saw your equations. It's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. Well, I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Here's 136841 is
The pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pail more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pail, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale. People lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking and you just might get an opportunity to break loose. How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods toward her torture device.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very confusing dream.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me, and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey. Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
If you're looking for a deal on mattresses.
Damn this.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking and you'll get through this. How did you know we were coming? I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. By hiding bullets under floorboards? So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed. She didn't rat you out, by the way. The washer one. So nice. She smiles a little smile. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. As opposed to the other knife she's finding there now. Hardy, for one. Preparing for the worst? I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now. That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. Did you shoot Lely? No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, she hesitates. He wouldn't have broken first. You're right. Clausier was the first to share her suspicion. Oh, she smiles sadly. I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Titus told me. It took some convincing. Oh, fuck. It took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me. I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like. A dull despair is creeping into her voice. How the fuck do the rest of you get by? Wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up. I did, didn't I? And now you've come for me. She scoffs. But fuck them all the same. That did make her forgive them. A little. I do it by asking questions. And I have some for you. Like what? She adjusts her grip on her gun. I already told you I didn't do it. A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself. Would you say that Lely was a likable person? I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Do you feel protective of the Union? Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pine sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here. She didn't hate him, okay? You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. You have an alibi for when Lely was shot? Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you. Do I remember how long? I don't know if it'll tell me. No, I don't remember. Damn, was it 15 minutes? I think it was 15. They did say you'll have to take a really long leak. 15 minutes. Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. She scoffs. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time. No one takes a... The lieutenant winces from the pain. 15-minute leak. Look, fuck you, man. I might have also stopped by the bar. She speaketh truth. You have a gun. And? Where'd you get it? The gun store. What gun store? Trigger Happy Jack's. That doesn't sound like the name of a real store. What'd you think? That I'm gonna squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is. A Noctway 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing. That isn't it. Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles? No, they're not practical. Break too often. There's other evidence I want to ask you about. You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry. She shakes her head slowly. So hard of gold, Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician. That really comes as a blow to her. Yeah, I made him talk. Yeah, that figures, she shrugs. What now, you gonna arrest me for drug trafficking? You're a criminal, I can't trust anything you say. She scoffs. That's your prerogative. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc. Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union. The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question. She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. He might be able to find this out later. She turns the knob down just a millimeter, then continues. I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun, she glances at it, has been only used for self-defense against serious scum. But you're threatening us with it. Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum, she responds, holding your gaze. Let's take a step back. Yeah, where? More questions before doing anything. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him. There hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. Police radio? You've been following the case? Who hasn't? She shrugs. You know, I can still see him there, in Clausier's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. It's okay, we just wanna... He struggles to finish the sentence. Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Clausier comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. Did she also seem high to you? Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before. Clausier said you knew something was wrong immediately. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved. So, yeah. You made it look like he'd been hanged. How did you manage to come up with a plan so quickly? What? No, faking a lynching was her idea. Her idea? Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys. She lied to you about that, too. Showerhead. Resourceful. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. You think she killed Ellie herself? And potentially bring attention to herself? No. Besides, the shot was made from a distance. Otherwise, we would have heard it downstairs. She's right. No one mentioned hearing shots. The shot didn't come from the roof. Should have factored this in, damn it. But even if this is true, the lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence. Weren't you worried this lynching might lead to war? She purses her lips. The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going... She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. She shrugs. Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. If you didn't kill him, why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? She looks at you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peone, his human can opener. Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you? If she knows that about you, she must know your real name, too. I guess. Tell me, what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name. Harry Dubois, she replies quickly. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and the funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre. So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up boogeyman stories about cops all the time. All this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and you're scared of you. La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to know all about this, but I lost my memory recently. Yeah, sure. She doesn't believe you. Obviously. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. What did you do to this Madre anyway? You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? She pauses. Now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus. She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Is that you singular or plural? She might know something. When I came into town, was there anyone with me? Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Who's in this squad? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. She nods toward the lieutenant. You had 2 guys and a lady. Guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. What else can you tell me? One of the guys seemed chipper. A blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about it. And the woman. The woman was the only one in uniform. All were caring. She narrows her eyes. That sound about right? No idea who these people are. Literally. Satellite Officer Vicamair looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minot. We can either take a room here in the Whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's gonna happen today. She responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstamm. He can give us a ride. I think I know them. They're in Martinez. Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me. You know about the bunker next door. What bunker? The communist hideout back there. Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond who... Her voice trails off into white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. Alright. 72%. Nice. Jesus, that's... Don't put that in your game. Lengthy dialogue with just blaring noise. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... You're under arrest. She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles. Ah, fuck it. She puts the barrel of the gun into her mouth. Convince her to put the gun down. She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options. What options? You know. Maybe I can still talk her out of it. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives. Please, just walk away. She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude. Doubt. She's still ready to go. You don't have to do this. You're not cornered. I'm letting you go. Day of miracle, she says, pulling the gun out of her mouth, eyes still fixed on you. Then she turns her gaze to the tunnel behind you. I'll take it. She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel. Good call. Lieutenant is still unsteady on his feet. Thanks. I would have done the same. He has to catch his breath, had I not been incapacitated. I think she didn't do it. He looks around, then points to the back of the cavern. Her tent. We should check it out. Whoa! Cooking utensils. She's prepared herself porridge with bananas. Some money, some drugs. The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. Look inside. The tent looks old but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. Shine your flashlight on the books. Assorted softcovers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover, on another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines. Lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. See anything? Sift through the magazines. Riga Monthly, Journal of Material Science, more Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. A notebook. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind. We should read this immediately, like right now. Right you are, my friend. A well-loved journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. Thick journal. The cover is worn, like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. Examine the cover. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously. Unwind the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. Study the handwriting. Large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Flip through the pages. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated. It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this. Kind of logistics. Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions. There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this. What are the diagrams of? Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor. Sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Anything personal? Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also would appear to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. How far back do the entries go? The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. What did she write the day Lely died? Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault, but that's another matter entirely. She's referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense? Anything about La Puta Madre? That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre? M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th. Read the entry from March 9th first. Great. M's peone is coming to town. No doubt to investigate the lynching, but also, I feel it in my gut, to finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. Am I sure this is a mistake? Look at me. Whatever you may look like, you don't feel like a hired assassin. Read the entry from March 12th. I thought it was March 15th. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example, but experience tells me. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people. They'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. What's the most recent entry? The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run? Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning. Lieutenant taps on the page. It looks like she might have been framed? That would be a first, or a fourth, but who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. He frowns. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us. Especially if she has problems with the Madre. Kim, am I really a Laputa Madre agent? He looks at you straight in the eye for a moment, then sighs. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. And who do you think killed the merc? Could have been Titus. Then again, he pauses to think. But no one heard the shot. Maybe there's a hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it. Alright. Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out. But what is this? What is this green thing? What is this? Is it just a bug? Something they forgot about? It got left in the game? Who knows? Well, that was all pretty intense. Doesn't really feel like we're close to solving this murder, but maybe. Pretty damn late. 1 a.m. I could just sleep in my shack. But I think I paid. I have a level up. I don't know specifically what I want to use it on. Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. Raindrop slips from the barrels of your Villiers 9mm pistol. Kim, there's danger up ahead. Yes, I hear commotion. He cups his ear. Let's go. I'm ready to do this. Good. Be ready to take damage. Alright, well, let's save the game. We don't do that too often. Should I maybe put a point into something, or... no, maybe not yet. I'm all out of shit.
I'm all out of shit to give, Loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your goddamn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through, all right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, Loincloth shit fuck.
Kim, what's going on here? Shh. Lieutenant raises his left hand.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kept is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone caught here.
You all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fella?
Peaceful?
Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, he's over here. Sounds like the armored figure's weeping.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
Lieutenant points to the helmeted figure. Lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there. What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
We're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
Big one is the mercenary at the gates.
If this turns into a firefight, We should take him out first.
Sound strategy. He's the leader. Stop! This is the police! Oh, God. I feel like I don't even have bullets for my gun.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backward.
Big fuck!
It's the only word you can make out. Easy now, no one needs to die here today.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
She doesn't seem to understand the severity of the situation. With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that, please. Okay. Think of an argument. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenel would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. Really? None of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss him off. Just a question. Who's in charge of your unit after the death of your colonel? I am a Krenel major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel gets hanged by clay monkeys, I lead the platoon on a retaliation strike. So you're the highest ranking of the three of you. Nah, I just have the biggest gun. He raps on his armored barrel-like chest. Technically, the other man has the biggest gun, but we're beyond that now. Hold on, what's the highest rank in Krenel? King Reaper, he says without irony. As the leader of this group, reconsider your actions. This does not need to end in bloodshed. You're right, but you see, he pauses and smiles. I want it to end in bloodshed. Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. That did something. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out. Listen, they didn't do it. Yeah, who did then? It was someone else. Someone who is not here now. How fucking convenient. He gives you a drunken stare, then puts his hand on the gun. He was shot from a great distance. A sniper did it. You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. What if I just shot one of your pals here right now, huh? Points his gun at Elizabeth. How about the Kip? Tell me it was a magic fucking sniper one more time. Listen, please. She raises both hands. This cop and this drumhead court-martial won't decide who... Think. Why doesn't he believe me? Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All, together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud in a public place. Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me. You're lying. The ball heard it. He doesn't move the weapon. You heard wrong, the lieutenant shouts. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter. The hanging was only a cover-up. Listen. Fucking liars. He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle of his gun. The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her. The man looks at his revolver and smiles. I missed. I know what I heard, Cordy. The radio operator looks at him. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night. That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. Talk about hanged man. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it. Who are you, a major? Sergeant Major Raul Courtenaire, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground. He points at the whirling in rags. Cordy, Courtenaire, Major Raul Cordy Courtenaire, friends with Lely. Raul and Lely. Then he bellows, we're killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead. Benito 41. That really happened, didn't it? Our colonel did what he had to do. It was either one cunt or 100 of them. Rude here, points to him. In your shit pipes, right? Indecipherable mumbling. He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates. Wipe out mud huts like that. When he gets bored. Lely knew how to command. He was a good commander. I can see you miss him. Oh yeah, he would have commanded this fuck hell way better than I did. But that didn't happen, because Hayseed Bill and Kipty the Kipt here, he points to Titus and Eugene, fucking murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after, and you fucks did nothing. He points at you. Listen, man, we told you, Told us what? He staggers forward. What did you say? Who said that? Tattoo fuck, you'll die first! Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker. Fuck do you mean talker? We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic. Nice guy to be around. Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kipped ass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. He points toward the yard. If Lely was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me... Points to himself. I'm not a big fan of public affairs, Clay Monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did. Ready to open fire, Major. It's your command. He had blue eyes, didn't he? Your colonel. He smiles, pulling his face in a strange way. Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths. Your colonel did not deserve to go out like that, I promise. I will find his killer. Find his killer? Cop, his killer stands right there. He waves at the men behind you, shitting his pants. And you're standing in the way protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. He stares at you, eyes pink from the alcohol, fingers tapping the pistol. You're gonna die for them, right here, today. Big talk, but you got him to admit he's a bad leader. It's a small thing, but it got him off center. Who is that? I didn't know you had a third guy. Rude? Rude is the killer. The armored woman smiles a vicious smile. Rude the killer honkloin. He doesn't talk much. All you fucking cunts inside out. Killer. The gunner. He gestures toward himself. The raidist. He nods toward the woman. The killer. He points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate. What do you think he does? Tends to the stables? What are we waiting for? She turns to Leo. Let's blow that big fucking mouth off his face. Hold your fire. He licks his lips. Wait for my command. You're all drunk. Look at yourselves. Yes, so what? Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this. Nah, he wipes the sweat from his brow. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier. Enough already. What is this? The woman's voice is furious. We didn't come here to fucking chat. Interrupt me again, I'll execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. The outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. Okay, we're getting there. The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this. Think I care what that company cunt thinks? He laughs. It's a hollow laughter. We're working together. She knew you were out of control. She told me. She's gone, you stupid fuck. Points at the sea. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. She doesn't give a shit about you silos. Stay cool. Don't do anything stupid. Titus shouts to his men in the background. Company bitch is gone. Lely's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole? He looks around. Tired suddenly. And sad even. Guys, little guy breaks formation. I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun. As he runs to the yard, Titus turns to his men. Hold your ground. Any more you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this. Together. They're huddled close in a formation. Steel. The rest will stay, even if it means dying here, with him. Where is Clausier? She can explain this. Who the fuck is that? Clausier, the woman upstairs? Where is she? She left, the manager calls down from the balcony. What do you mean she left? She left! Her room's cleaned out right before these assholes showed up. You should have arrested her, the lieutenant whispers, his eyes still on the armed mercenaries. You can feel how upset he is with himself, just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment. Hey, Bushmen! The veins on the man's neck expand as he yells. Your little cunt isn't going to help you out of this one. Alright. 72%. I mean, in XCOM I'd feel fairly confident, so... That didn't seem good. Small explosion expels the bullet from the chamber. With a puff of smoke, it hits the man square in the chest, producing a soft clicking sound in the armor. The man doesn't even move. He smiles and says, "Go ahead, give it another try." Okay. Another soft explosion, like a firecracker, goes off in your hand. Another soft click from the gleaming white cuirass. They teach you to shoot the chest in Copland? Stupid fuck. The man shrugs and turns to his left and says, "Kill him." You're right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. An Ister AR-FA-7, built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you. Blink. Think. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eye in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens focusing on you. 0.6 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the thick barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger. Absolute destruction. Is there anything we could use to protect this frail body? That gun will tear us to pieces. Kim, where's Kim? From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make this one. Oh my god. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. Lieutenant aims, face pale. Without trembling, he quietly utters, "God, please." Then 2 shots reinforce, and you hear a scream, but you're too hurt to see who got hit. Kim, did he hit the rifleman? Blood gushes from the helmet's eye socket as Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant. The helmet looks like the face of an ancient god of war, crying blood. Who screamed? Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. Oh god, watch out! You see 2 cold eyes looking at you, through all the smoke and the panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger. Look him in the eye. A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil. And the end. Here it comes. Death. Alright. You never know. That didn't sound good. You can't. There's no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a ragdoll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark, a distant blur as you recede into it. Listen, through the darkness and the pain. The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. In the background you hear gunfire shatter glass, and then a man in pain. A familiar sound. It's Titus. With a splat like meat, you hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter. A gurgle. He's not going to make it. Touch your lower body. Feel slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got. What parts of me are missing? Most of what's down there. Oh god. It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. No, it's just a fear. Even if... Who cares? No one wants you anyway. What do I see? Nothing. Darkness. Blurring lights of pain. Out of it a silhouette emerges, crouching over you. A familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. You're bleeding out. I remember everything. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there. Stay with me. You feel burning hot tears streaming from your eyes. She would have started loving me again, but I called her, and now she won't. Yes, keep talking. The lieutenant pushes down on your wound hard. You hear me? Stay awake. But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sound is even more distant, and a cold comes over you. Kim, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A shadow, towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. No, Kim. No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips. Your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. Lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure, too, is gone. So is Kim, and the whole world, fall into total darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his womb sleep.
You can't go. Not before the case is solved.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Cuprous Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
Life gets hard, but we go on. You see Kim's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple from the pain. Kim. Sunrise Parabellum, Lieutenant says. He's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room with a fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. What happened? What happened? You shot the Major, unsuccessfully. A firefight ensued. What happened then? As retaliation, their rifleman shot you. He hit. With his carbine, I was looking for a clear line of sight. No, carabine. When I found it. He sounds a tiny bit sorry you did not find it before you got hit. A shot wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. There's a pause. This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital. Yesterday. Elaine and the young musician. I forget his name. They're all that's left. Titus is dead? Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm the Major before he got the jump on me. Thank you. Although, I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Krenel took him. Lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room. A stray bullet killed DePaul, though, and that's what happened. And the Major. He's in a private hospital across the river. Krenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured. We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage. How many casualties on the Union side total? 4. Glenn, Theo, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. There's a pause. And Titus. Thought you only smoked one a day. This is the one. And that's all, he nods. It's a total shit show, Kim. Yes, officer, he says calmly. 6 people are dead. It's not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. He rubs his swollen chin. The worst scenario has not materialized, yet. And, he smiles, we are still alive. Both of us. He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies. What did you say? Sunrise? Sunrise parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. My gun, it's engraved on it. Cops like it. Is it war today? He looks out the window. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I'm relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. He unzips his bomber jacket. Barely. Good. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. The room, it's clean. Mr. Guard cleaned it. Took him an entire day. How long have I been out? 2 days. In and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse, and drink water. How bad am I hurt? Pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade, luckily missing your lung and heart. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. He points to your leg. No major arteries were nicked, but the bullet had to be removed. A bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome. Can I walk? Well, we will see. Has anyone from my station been to see me? No. A man and woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicamere is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says. Isn't that strange? I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. Odd. You haven't seen any, have you? There's a pause. I'm sure they're worried about you. That means he hasn't seen them around while you were out. They're not really worried about you. If they were, wouldn't they be here? If they're so worried about me, where are they? I don't know. Not my station, then who treated me? I did. Thank you. No need. Are you hurt? Not very, he rubs his chin. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. I try not to move too much. Things would be much worse if he didn't warn me. There's a pause. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me. Okay. He got shot twice. It's been 2 days and I'm just gonna, like, go back to business? Who am I, Niles? Easy now. Lieutenant turns double again before your eyes. An orange hue of pain. How are you? Feel fantastic. Let's rock. He nods. What happens now, Kim? I honestly don't know. You don't know? We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce is left too. Joyce is gone. Yeah, she left yesterday morning to meet the Board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Krennel from sending in a death squad. He looks out the window. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her end. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Clausier too. We really should have arrested her, you know. Wait, you've checked. She's really... Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. There's still a 28% possibility the shot came from a distance. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. A light nod through some pain. I agree with this. What else? There was that hidden bunker under the boardwalk. Revolutionary era. We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them. They seem so mysterious. I can't believe they're fucking useless. No need to be melodramatic. The miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over yet. He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you. You know what I think about? Solving crimes. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead. Solving crimes is hard. It really is very hard. You're not ready to give up, are you? No. There's a short pause. Are you ready to limp? I'm ready. Good. There's a pause. Where do you want to limp? A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs, taut, plucked like a string by the gust. We should check Clausier's room upstairs. Why not? He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot. Another look at the window, perhaps. The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better. Pretty crazy. I thought that would be the end and we just die, but we made it. Let's make a save. Because, of course, I want to reload. I just want to see what would happen if you actually make the shot. I want to see how crucial that actually was.
I'm all out of shit.
What you got?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk.
This is a.
The captain.
You all.
Easy as fuck.
Fuck, there's a third one. The mercenary. My plan is if this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Get lost. Big fuck.
Oh, people. No one is going to kill anyone.
Burn through all his
Let's just put the
dialogue.
guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
I don't know, I'm picking slightly different stuff. Oh shit. Alright, try it again. You kidding me? What the fuck, man? Why is that such a difficult percentage? It ended up being the exact same number, even though I chose slightly different
I'm all.
stuff.
Shut up! You're not gonna talk. Your.
This is a.
So,
Easy as fuck.
Fuck, there's a third one. How if this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Get lost. Big fuck. We're gonna tear.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
I don't know. I just... Okay. Yeah, I mean, I won't try it again after this. I don't want to just fill this video with my attempts here. Come on now. Come on. Come on, XCOM. There we go. A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. Look at Courtenay. There's a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward, eyes filled with rage and disbelief, gurgling, muttering something unintelligible. Okay, we're There's Kim, blink, think. Okay, I'm still gonna end up being shot. I might avoid getting shot a second time, but I doubt it. So ultimately, it's probably gonna be the same. We don't get to save Glenn. What, he still is shooting? So ultimately, yeah, I think the only thing that might come of it is I don't need to warn oh, no, because she gets to jump on him. Yeah. So ultimately, nothing changes. I mean, unless you succeed on those, like...
The fucking and rot hours. No.
If you succeed on those, like, really tough dodges, maybe something different would happen. But, I mean, even if you get shot both times, you still wake up here and life goes on. So, ultimately, I just get the satisfaction of shooting that guy in the face. Which is pretty good. Yeah, okay. So they're all three of them are dead now. How many casualties? 3. Oh, so Titus lives. Titus lives, so that's pretty good. Not that bad, all things considered. Oh no, Harry, it's pretty bad. 6 people are dead. So I think ultimately this is better. If it leaves Titus alive, we can still chat with him. Alright. I just wanted to see. Okie doke. Good stuff. The game marches on. I thought that firefight might have been the end of everything, but we're still here. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Disco Elysium. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.